Thank you to Omaha Steaks for sponsoring today's episode. The 25 coolest Easter eggs from the Ready Player One trailer. Yesterday, Warner Brothers released the latest trailer for Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One. The film is set for release on March 30th of next year, and this trailer has more Easter eggs than you can shake an overly long left leg at. Since Ready Player One is about a kid from 2045 who spends his time in a virtual world inspired by video games, it's a natural fit that the trailer would be crammed to the absolute brim with references to old TV shows, movies, and games, so let's break them down. After a little bit of monologuing about life outside the Oasis, we finally jump into the online world with our hero, Wade Watts. It's not long until we see Ryu from Street Fighter walking barefoot next to the Mach 5 from Speed Racer. Also in this shot is the Batmobile from 1960s Adam West era Batman and the van from the 1980s action TV show The A-Team. Now, if this is already more nostalgic references than you can handle, then you are a fitty. Now, if this is already more nostalgic references than you can handle, then you are a fool that I pity.
Let me hear you say I pity the fool. Come on, man.
I don't give a shit. Keep going, keep going.
I pity the fool.
As we continue to move through the trailer, Wade climbs into a DeLorean from the 1980s Michael J. Fox movie Back to the Future, complete with a flux capacitor. It's worth noting that Steven Spielberg was a producer on Back to the Future, and he's limiting references to his own films that he's directed in Ready Player One. So everyone expecting a reference to Steven Spielberg's 2012 historical film Lincoln, you're gonna have a bad time. We then see that Wade Watts' DeLorean has the same light bar as the super intelligent car KITT from Knight Rider, because of course it does, and we get a whole section of the trailer where Wade's avatar, which goes by the name Parzival, walks through the digital futuristic nightclub called the Distracted Globe in the novel. If you thought this would be a good opportunity to see a bunch of popular characters enjoying some VR nightlife, you would be wrong. Psych! They totally are. Some highlights include Blanca from Street Fighter ordering a drink at a neon-colored bar and someone that looks like Deathstroke hanging out with Harley Quinn. One thing we were excited to see in the trailer was Wade taking Kanada's motorcycle from the 1989 anime Akira off of a sweet jump while the famous monster truck Bigfoot sits in the background. Next up, we see King Kong standing on the Empire State Building, swatting at a biplane. This is immediately followed by a shot of an army being led into battle by the friggin' Battletoads! If this isn't a sign that Rare should make a Battletoads sequel for the Xbox One, like tomorrow, I don't know what is. Another 80s reference we see is Wade lifting a boombox into the air like in the 1989 John Cusack movie Say Anything, which he uses later in the trailer to rally the troops. By the way, one of those troops looks a whole lot like Sagat from Street Fighter. So far, that's 3 Street Fighter characters in this trailer, and if we see a 4th, that's Street Fighter bingo, y'all! At 2 minutes and 4 seconds in the trailer, we see characters playing a game that looks a whole lot like Dance Dance Revolution, which is immediately followed by a shot of DC Comics villain, the Joker, hanging out with Harley Quinn. Could this mean this film is canon in the DCEU? The answer to that question is no. Nary a second later, we see a group of video game characters running into battle, including Tomb Raider's Lara Croft, Tracer from Overwatch, and Chun-Li from Street Fighter. Yes, that's Street Fighter bingo! Ah!
Yo, win.
Side note, Overwatch came out in 2016, which is well after the 2011 release of the book that Ready Player One is based on, so this is a good sign that Spielberg will be straying from the source material in his film adaptation at least a little bit back to Easter eggs. And what reference-laden battle scene is complete without seeing Chucky from the Child's Play series tearing up a soldier, which is followed by the big-budget Hollywood movie debut of the RX-78 Gundam. The first Mobile Suit Gundam anime came out in the 70s and is amazing, so I think we might be a little overdue on that one. Now, the trailer ends with a shot of the Iron Giant from the 1999 Warner Brothers film of the same name punching the screen, and then we close it out with credits and a familiar jingle you may remember from Back to the Future. That's 25 Easter eggs in a 2-minute and 25-second trailer, which translates to 1 Easter egg every 5.8 seconds. That's a lot of Easter eggs. Though the Ready Player One sourcebook has mixed reviews, Spielberg is an amazing director, and we're excited to see the finished product when it hits theaters. But what do you folks think? What Easter eggs did you see? Are you excited about the Ready Player One movie? And do you think we're ever going to get a sequel to Battletoads? No, we should not. Let's discuss. And are you looking for the perfect gift this holiday season that's thoughtful, useful, and helps you avoid long lines at the mall? Then you want to check out Omaha Steaks, because honestly, who can get mad at a good steak? We had a cookout at the office recently, and the selection of steaks, burgers, and chicken had everyone around the office buzzing. It honestly felt like all of my coworkers became professional chefs behind my back. So go to omahasteaks.com and enter code Nerdist to get the family gift pack for only $49.99. That is 75% off.